No athlete is more represented by public statues in Vancouver than the noble runner. And one of the best is right here in the green pastures of Stanley Park. This big beauty honors Harry Jerome. And in today's adventure, we're going to explore Harry's life and legacy. With me on camera as always is Rick Von Schmidt. Harry was born in Saskatchewan in 1940. His family moved west in 1951. His dad got a job as a railway porter. Harry's folks purchased this house on Lion Place in North Vancouver. People in the neighborhood submitted a petition to City Council to block the Black family from moving in. Council declined the petition, and young Harry had a new home. Harry only had to cross the street to go to school, but his first day here was a rough one. 200 children were waiting for little Harry and sister Valerie. They shouted racist insults and threw rocks at the Jerome children, who fled back to their house. A few days later, their dad returned from a train trip and had a talk with the principal, who afterwards announced through a megaphone that Harry and his siblings would be allowed into the school. One day there was a fire at the Jerome's house. None of the neighbors offered any help, so the family came here to the local Salvation Army for several nights to sleep on some hard chairs until their house was repaired. Despite the overwhelming wall of discrimination, brave little Harry pursued athletics. He came here to Mahan Park on Saturday mornings to play soccer. He was an exciting, quick player with incredible skill, and he was a standout in baseball too. While attending North Vancouver Senior High in 1959, Harry broke fellow Vancouverite Percy Williams' 31-year-old Canadian record for the 220-yard dash, and the world started to take note of our hero. Harry blossomed into a world-class runner. He had a completely effortless stride. He had unmatched power, and he moved like there was zero gravity. Harry and his sister Valerie represented Canada at the 1960 Summer Olympics in Rome. During qualifying trials, Harry broke the world record with a 9.9-second 100-meter run. But the officials didn't believe a human could break the 10-second barrier, and they wouldn't give him the record. They claimed the timekeeper must have made a mistake, and they let him tie the record of 10 seconds. When Harry and Valerie returned from Rome, they were invited to a ceremony at North Vancouver City Hall, which was in this building, now known as the Presentation House. They were presented with medals and awarded with honorary life citizenship to North Vancouver. I wasn't able to track down Harry's medal, but my friends at the North Vancouver Museum and Archives are taking good care of Valerie's medal. In 1962, Harry set the world record for the 100-yard dash at 9.2 seconds. He owned both the 100-yard and 100-meter world records simultaneously. He was the fastest man on the planet. At the Commonwealth Games in Australia that year, Harry suffered a full quadricep tear, and doctors said he would never walk again. Reporters called him a quitter, and it was clear to everyone that his racing days were over. Well, someone forgot to tell Harry. Our brave hero came through an innovative operation with a 1 in 1,000 chance of success, and he fought through months of excruciating rehab. In 1964, he stood tall, with the maple leaf on his chest and the weight of the country on his back at the Tokyo Olympics, and he won a bronze medal in a photo finish 100-meter race. It remains the ultimate comeback in the history of track and field. And here's the greatest of all time with Muhammad Ali. Harry broke more records and won more medals until 1969, when he retired from competition. He had started a teaching career here at Templeton High School. Harry dedicated his life to helping others with his careers in education and public service. He encouraged young people to pursue their athletic dreams. If a young athlete couldn't afford equipment, Harry would get it for him. If a field didn't have lights, Harry would lobby to get some installed. Harry spent his life taking on the concerns of his community and fighting for equality in his country. Harry Jerome passed away suddenly in 1982. He was 42 years old. His memorial stone at Mountain View Cemetery includes some lines from a Robert Frost poem, "Miles to Go Before I Sleep." And those are prophetic words because Harry's story doesn't end here. In fact, Harry's legacy continues to gain more momentum with every year. The Harry Jerome Indoor Games are held annually in Richmond, and Swangard Stadium here in Burnaby hosts the Harry Jerome International Track Classic every year. Founded in 1983, the prestigious event includes elite competition. In addition to a Burnaby Sports Centre that bears his name, the Harry Jerome Rec Centre here in North Vancouver honors our hero. I was admiring the thoughtful display that they have here at the centre when the very kind folks here asked me if I would like to see something else. And they brought this out. Harry's starting blocks. The world's fastest man set world records with his feet right here. I couldn't resist but step in Harry's footprint. I've been vlogging for 18 months and this is a highlight. Incredible. With the sun rising behind him, we're back to wrap up at Harry's statue here. I can tell you that he has been inducted into several athletic halls of fame. He received the Order of Canada in 1971 and was named British Columbia's Athlete of the Century. And since 1983, the National Harry Jerome Awards recognize outstanding achievement in the Black community. Harry will be remembered as one of the fastest people who ever lived. He was generous, benevolent, brave, and tenacious. This big bronze sculpture by Jack Harmon was placed here in 1988 to honor our hero. It includes a real nice plaque that lists all of Harry's world records. His commitment to amateur sport continues to be a pillar of inspiration for Vancouver and the world. That shy little boy who was pelted with rocks on his first day of school is now larger than life, forevermore. Greatest guy whatever was, and whatever will be. Hope you enjoyed this little taste of old Vancouver as she once was. Shoutouts today to Lloyd Pelton and Lori Elvira Reggio Iannatelli. My thanks to Bev Sugarman for makeup and Jewel Hailmayer for wardrobe. On behalf of Rick and myself, thanks for watching and subscribing. And until next time, that's a good bee. Hey Rick, why don't you try doing something that nobody's ever done before? Climb up there and find out what Harry's looking at. Ooh, good job, Rick. See that bench down there on the right? He seems to be watching it closely. Let's go check it out. All right, looks like there's a plaque on the bench. Let's see here. Valerie Jerome, Canadian Olympian, celebrating her career as an athlete, teacher, coach, community activist. This bench is dedicated to her here beside her brother Harry. Valerie, if you're watching, we love you.